how are things going to be different other than Jimmy G? That's the obvious. Give me some other aspects of what you're seeing in camp, what you're hearing about, maybe in the locker room. How are things going to be different for the Raiders this year?
Well, the biggest reason for optimism is that the defensive line. So they got Maxx Crosby. Charlie Jones had up and down year last year. He's in a little better shape this year. They brought in Tyree Wilson, the first-round pick who just got to camp a couple days ago. He was nursing a foot injury, but he's back now. So they got some other guys on the depth charts that are pretty good so far in camp. So the hope is that trio and that pass rush and the interior push. Jerry Tillery's been great since coming from the Chargers last year. He's at a good camp. The hope is that defensive line is so good and gets so much pressure that it makes the job for the other guys behind them, which are really a bunch of no-names at the linebacker spot and the secondary, makes those guys better. So the hope is that the defensive line can push and make the defense a lot better than it was last year.
Okay, so you believe we will see Josh Jacobs back in camp when?
My guess is the weekend before the first game of the season. I just don't. And yeah, you're right. If they wanted to give him a little more money, it could be a little sooner than that. But I think at this point, both people are kind of set in their ways, and I think that's just the way it's going to go. I think he realizes he can't say no to $10 million, and they want him back.
But enough to get him, do you think, on the field? He will be week one, a starting, like Jimmy G's first handoff of the season is to Josh Jacobs?
I do. I think he's, from what I haven't talked to him in a little bit, but last time I talked to him, he's in great shape. He worked hard all offseason. He's got something to prove, not just to them, but I think to the rest of the league. And so, yeah, I think he's raring to go. I think he'll be fine. He's a veteran guy, knows what to do, and takes care of his body. So, there's no other really great options. I mean, Zamir White is okay. He's the young guy behind him, and they got Amir Abdullah and Brian Bolden. But, yeah, when Josh Jacobs walks back into the building, he's the guy.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.